Have you ever wondered what it'd be like to completely transform yourself, so emerge that people don't even recognize you? What if I told you that the secret to such a transformation lies as ancient as time, yet as powerful as the latest scientific research? Imagine disappearing for 3 months and removing yourself from everything familiar, your daily habits, your hometown, your routines, and removing yourself from just daily distractions that bombard us on a daily basis. It's a very daring challenge, but what comes out of this 3-month period is nothing short of extraordinary. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a life-altering concept known as conquer mode, which is pretty much just my version of monk mode. But anyway, this isn't just a 3-month break. It's a deep transformation that's going to get you closer to the person that you need to be in order to succeed. And it's also going to understand who you truly are as you're going to be in deep solitude. And that's where all the growth happens. Think about it, even the greatest like Einstein and Isaac Newton embrace a solitude to achieve their greatest discoveries. And in our world, it's almost impossible to embrace deep solitude with the amount of distraction that we have nowadays. And did you know that it takes 23 minutes to fully regain focus? And it's so crazy to me because after somebody works for an hour, they claim that they're in flow state and they claim that they're the most productive person just because they locked in for 1 hour. But it's so crazy that we now consider 1 hour of deep work to be productive. We're constantly bombarded with things trying to capture our attention and distract us. And trust me, I'm not perfect at all, as sometimes I find myself just doom scrolling on Instagram for sometimes an hour or two. And it's all of these distractions. Some of them might not be your phone, some of them might be your family, some of them might be your friends, some of them might be your environment that are leading us away from our God-given potential. And that's such a disrespect to ourselves, but are also our loved ones, as we're wasting our potential. We're wasting our potential on just distractions that don't deserve our energy. What's the solution? It's conquer mode, cutting out all of the noise, recalibrating your focus, and start tapping into your innermost potential. This is about rewiring your brain, reshaping your body, rejuvenating your spirit, and getting closer to our creator. And I'm here to guide you through this transformative journey and show you exactly what I'm going to be doing in these next 3 to 6 months to completely level up and hit my goal. Because you'd be surprised how much you can achieve in such a short amount of time if you completely remove distractions. Because here's the thing, people aren't more focused than you. If you look at the outside world at people that have been successful, they aren't more focused than you. They just have less distractions. Because here's something I want you to think about. If you're feeling anxious, if you're always feeling overwhelmed each day, it's all because of the lack of work you were able to do. Or in other terms, you feel like you could have done a lot more. And that is a shitty feeling. And most of that all has to do because you had distractions, whether it's your friends hitting you up, whether it's social media, maybe it's your family asking you to do something for them. And we don't want to live a life of regret and just living in anxiety. We want to absolutely conquer 2024 and actually take a hold of our goals and actually reach them instead of just saying things. So what is the actual protocol? Well, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be disappearing for 3 to 6 months. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, I'm moving out of the country. I'm moving to Medellin, Colombia right now. I was born and raised in Boca Raton, Florida. So South Florida, it's like an hour away from Miami. And I've lived here my whole life. So something that I've always wanted to do is move out of my hometown. And it happened to be that I'm moving out of the country, which is something I've always wanted to do. But the reason I'm doing that is I'm not going there to party. I'm not going there to do stupid things. I have a lot of friends here in South Florida and I love them very much. I also have a lot of family and I love them very much. But I know what I have to do right now in the short term that's going to help me in the long term, that's going to help me provide for the people I love. I need to go somewhere else on my own and be able to really lock in and almost like reshape myself, or not reshape myself, but almost design like a new version of myself. Because I know the person that I am here. And when I go to Medellin, well, now I have to meet new people. I have to create a new version of myself. I have to create new habits, but I also have less distractions now. So I'll be giving you guys updates on how that move is actually going, but I'm shooting this video January 2nd and I'm moving in 10 days, January 12th. So I'm very, very, very excited for that. And it's something that I've always wanted to do. And I'm very grateful that the online space has been able to do this for me. But that's the first thing I'm doing. I'm disappearing. You guys don't have to move out of the country. I mean, honestly, you guys can just stay where you're currently put and where you're currently located. But again, if you want to remove distractions, remove all distractions, you won't even believe how many distractions my family sometimes gives me. Maybe I have to pick up an uncle from the airport. Maybe I have to do things for them, this, and that. And that all just takes away from the actual work I need to be doing. And I know that may be over exaggerative, but I do believe that I need 3 to 6 months on my own to just achieve greatness. And same with my friends, sometimes hanging out on a casual Thursday or casual Friday isn't to my benefit. And again, a lot of you guys might think like, bro, you need to have fun though. Personally, my fun is my business. My fun is just achieving greatness. It's just reaching my full potential. And honestly, I'm a provider, I'm a giver. So when I'm able to give to my family, when I'm able to give my presents to maybe some friends, give to my girlfriend, that's when I'm having most fun, and that's where I get most fulfillment. So that's why I'm disappearing, and that's step 1. Step 2 is understanding and embracing solitude. Now, what exactly does that mean? If we look at the greatest, Isaac Newton, Einstein, and Nikola Tesla, they achieved their greatest discoveries when they were in solitude. Now, what does this mean for us? When was the last time that you sat down for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and just sat with your thoughts? Probably not a long time, and that sounds pretty crazy. But again, when was the last time you literally just sat there for an hour, did nothing by yourself, and just literally had your thoughts flowing? That is something that we need to embrace. We don't need to be doing something every minute. We don't need to be doing something every hour and feel like we're missing out on something. And this all goes down to over consuming as well. You're over consuming way too much information half the time, whether it's just social media bullshit or whether it's just knowledge or whatever it is. Sometimes you're over consuming, and that's what's allowing you not to take action because you're just so overwhelmed on all of the information that you just took. Instead of taking a bit of information and just sitting down with your thoughts by yourself and analyzing those thoughts, analyzing the information, and thinking to yourself, what are the next 4 to 5 moves that I need to be taking in order to get me closer to my goal? The point is, you don't need to be going out on a Thursday drinking a beer. You don't need to be going out on the weekends. You need to embrace solitude with yourself. Understand you as yourself. Sit down with your thoughts. Sit down with our Creator, our Lord and Savior Jesus, or whatever God you worship. Sit down with Him and just let your thoughts flow and embrace solitude, because it's what the greatest always did. And yes, that might sound lonely, but again, understanding your thoughts and why you think the way you think is what's most important. So that's step number 2, embracing solitude and understanding that, okay, I'm not going to go out on the weekend. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out on anything because I need to work on myself and just think more. Literally just think more instead of just consuming a bunch of bullshit. The next thing that I'm doing more is I'm setting a faith goal. So this is a non-negotiable for me. One thing that I really want to do in the next 3 weeks, or the next 3 months, I should say, is get through 1/3 of the Bible. Something that I've done in 2023 is really dive into my faith. And I think it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm very grateful for that. So in 2024, I want to strengthen my faith even more. So each day, and this is non-negotiables, each day I'm going to read my Bible 20 minutes before I work. So I have to read my Bible before I work. 20 minutes before I work and 20 minutes before I go to bed. And I have to pray 10 minutes before my work and 10 minutes before my bed. So essentially 30 and 30. But for you guys, if you're not religious, I would just swap that out with meditation and reading your book, reading any book, reading a book for 40 minutes each day and meditating for 20 minutes a day. The next thing I'm doing is I'm setting a fitness goal. My goal is to be 185 pounds at 12% body fat. Currently I'm 175 and I'm probably like 13 to 14% body fat. And my goal is to get to 12% body fat. But how I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be eating a carnivore diet. So pretty much for 3 months in Colombia. I actually have a maid in Colombia, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to be eating just grass-fed meat every single day. I'm going to be working out 6 times a week and boxing 3 times a week. And I'm going to be doing cardio pretty much every day, because where my actual apartment is in Medellin, I can just like run to the actual gym because it's like a 10 to 15 minute walk. So I'm just gonna be running each day to the gym, and that's gonna be my cardio. But before I move forward, the main 3 things that I'm trying to accomplish in this whole conquer mode is remove distractions, so ultimately I can reach my goals for the 3 F's. And the 3 F's are finances, faith, and fitness. And what I'm doing, I have 3 goals for each. For example, my faith goal is to read 1/3 of the Bible. My fitness goal is to be 185 pounds at 12% body fat, which I can probably do more, to be honest, but that's going to be a goal. And my finance goal is going to be to hit 100K a month in cash collected in a 4-week period. So essentially everything that I'm doing is to help me reach those goals the easiest way possible, because why are you going to make it hard on yourself? Business is already hard as it is, so why are you going to make it harder on yourself? And after you understand those 3 goals, now what you want to do is work backwards and figure out what daily or weekly or monthly inputs are going to be required in order to hit those goals. So for example, for my fitness, a carnivore diet, working out 6 times a week, 3 times a week for boxing, and cardio every single day. Faith, my goal is to read 1/3 of the Bible. So what am I going to do? I'm going to spend 40 minutes a day reading the Bible and 20 minutes praying. Daily inputs. My non-negotiables, those are going to be my daily inputs. Now for finances, I'm going to hit 100K a month in cash collected in a 4-week period. Now, how am I going to do that, and what are my actual inputs for that? My inputs, my daily inputs, is I'm going to be posting 1 to 2 YouTube videos a week. I still haven't figured that out. I'm going to try to post 2 YouTube videos a week, but if my editors can't handle that or something happens, then I'm going to resort to 1 a week, non-negotiable. I'm going to be posting 2 reels a day, so Monday through Saturday. So that's going to be a total of 12 reels in a week. And I'm also going to be posting 3 to 5 stories stories a day. And I'm also going to be spending $7,000 to $10,000 a month in ad spend. Now, there's a lot more that goes into it, but that's just going to be a summary of the daily inputs that you guys can have an idea of what is going to be required for me to hit 100K a month. Now, what you guys need to figure out is you need to figure out what are going to be your 3 F's and work your way backwards to figure out what inputs you need to be hitting in order to hit those goals. And with Conquer Mode, if you just literally implement step 1 and step 2, just disappear for 3 to 6 months and embrace solitude, which means pretty much just not doing really anything, not going out, or just literally just embracing yourself, embracing your work, and being with your own thoughts and being with your creator. If you embrace those 2 things, you remove all distractions, you get closer to your faith, you strengthen your faith, you get closer to your fitness goals, you become a better person, you become healthier. That's going to allow you to hit your financial goal. That's pretty much Conquer Mode. But before I do go, I do want to say something. It's often said that our biggest challenge is being able to sit alone in a quiet room by ourselves. This difficulty to embrace solitude is often where success lies. Carl Jung, I think that's how you say his name, a renowned psychologist, believed that true awakening comes from introspection, not external pursuit. The world's most accomplished individuals often achieve greatness through periods of solitude. A great example is a lot of people are applauded for their success publicly, but have no idea what it took in the private rooms, in solitude. Just like the finest photographs are developed in public and dark rooms. Many have been too caught up in approval and just fitting in, and simply neglecting the power of solitude. I know that's probably the 50th time I've said that, but it's just so true. It's in these quiet, solitary moments where we really figure out our true potential and the power that lies within us. So join me on this 3-month Conquer Mode to embrace solitude, to disappear, and to really figure out what we're truly made out of. Remove all distraction, and let's really hit our 3F goals: faith, finance, and fitness. I promise you, if you disappear for these next 3 months, you are going to set up 2024 to be your best year yet, and it needs to happen. So make sure to follow me on Instagram so I can keep you updated on the journey, so you can join me on the journey, so we can hold each other accountable, and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.